Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today we're going to have a match between herO and a Shuttle here on Bloody Ridge. Top right-hand corner we have the blue Zerg player, it is herO. And in the bottom left, his opponent, it is the red Protoss player, Shuttle. Have we cast a ZVP on this map? I think I've cast a lot of ZVTs on this map. Not a ZVP. Unless I'm misremembering. Maybe I'll look back through all of my Bloody Ridge replays, but I just seem to remember a lot of tanks and Dragoons on this map. Oh, I did a TVP as well, so, TVP, TVZ, but a ZVP. Anyway, no big deal. Alright, so, herO is an incredible Zerg player. Shuttle is also an incredible Protoss player. Who's going to come out ahead? Let's wait and see. It's a two-player map, so you don't have to send your worker scouting around to every single base on the map before you find your opponent, because you're never lucky that way. And, looks like Shuttle is not actually probe scouting. Doesn't actually care what herO is doing. And he's going pool first. That looked like a 9 pool to me. Dun, 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 dun. After the Overlord, obviously, there's a second Overlord there. And this is fairly easy to wall off. Some of the maps have wider naturals. It's a little bit scary here, so you don't want... Boy, I don't know. Is he going to send this probe out? I'd like to see him send this probe out. That's got to be a Forge. If you're doing this... Okay, so Forge on the way. Oopsie. Forge coming up. And then Scouts. Alright, so he should give himself enough time to see if there are links coming to kill him at this stage of the game. Overlord, obviously, not going to tell him much. Overlord sees the probe, doesn't get much information there either. There's the expansion coming down. That was about 11 hatch there. Pool finishes. Lings in production. Need to make at least one set of Lings. There we go. 2 sets. Nope. Actually, 1 set of Lings and a drone. And then another drone. So he's not planning on being aggressive at all here. He's actually just going to go for 1 pair of Lings to deal with the scouting probe and then not worry about it. He's going to force... it's a fake out. You see? You think this is a bunch of Zerglings? This is actually just drones. I don't know if you can tell. If I were him, I might actually cancel this cannon. Do you really need to worry about 2 Zerglings? I guess you're not too happy about 2 Zerglings coming into your base and running around and scouting all the things. So 1 cannon is not overkill. It's going to be enough just to keep the Lings out. And an attempted third base... Oh, just barely gets that down. That third hatch does get down before the probe can block it. I mean, the Ling was going to chase it away anyway. This probe has taken some damage already, so not a huge deal. And now there's a cannon up, and now their Overlord takes a shot, but he is too smart to be directly overhead of that cannon when it comes up, so he doesn't die. Really, I think that you got to be pretty close to a cannon as it's coming up for it to kill you as you're running away. I believe. Okay, so now Cybernetics Core is going to come up after the gateway, just probing up at the stage of the game. This probe has actually regenerated some shields. This Zergling is so slow in killing it. Not getting metabolic boost here either is herO, which tells me we're definitely going for some kind of a Hydra pressure. You don't need those Lings for much of anything. You're going to go for metabolic boost if you're going for Ling pressure, and that is not the play here at all. There's the Hydralisk Den. Alright, so Den in production. Natural base down. Third base very close to completing. Lots of probes. 18 probes out already for the Protoss player, getting a Cybernetics Core. Yeah, I mean, so far, so good. Both these players are playing fairly standard. Hit that like button if you're excited to see what kind of tech Mr. Shuttle is going to choose here. That is his Smurf name. One of his Smurf names is Eyewater with a white clan tag on it. I don't know what it means. I don't know. There are a few other players on the Smurf list with white tags there, but it doesn't mean anything to me. I assume maybe it's an organization, but not a big one, obviously, as there are not many teams rolling with that. Regardless, Zealot out. Second gas, and a Stargate. So Stargate opening here, which means you can either get some Hydras, or you can get up to a lair and get a Spire down. It seems to be that Hydras are the play of the day here from herO. And again, by skipping speed, it allows you to get your Den out faster, your Hydras out faster, your range out faster, and that's what we're seeing. So this is definitely going to be, or maybe attempting to be, a set up your Hydras out here and kill these buildings a situation. This cannon's not actually in a position to stop that from happening, which is why this cannon has to come up in order to cover this outer area. And another one's coming up as well. He knows. Shuttle has read this perfectly. He knows it's on the way. He knows it's Hydras. Fast Hydras. They're probably going to get range. There's no reason not to get range. This Zealot trying to get stuff done. Did he actually kill a Hydralisk? Looks like he killed a Hydralisk. I think that's a Hydra corpse bleeding into the ground over there. But Hydra speed next. And yeah, these Hydras are going to be real annoying for the next little bit here. Maybe they can actually kill this. Oh, if they can kill this cannon before it comes up, that'd be huge. But the Zealots have something to say about that. And no, can't quite get it down. It is severely injured, though. Zergling gets killed because way too close to the fire there. Flew way too close to the sun. And can the Hydras get to a range where I think they can. They need to bait these Zealots out. I like the Zealots here, though. Not a huge fan of a lot of Zealots in the early game for Protoss, but especially against Zerg, they're not bad. And they can cause some problems. There we go. So just very carefully setting up his Hydras in a position to hit that gateway and nothing else. He really wants to get that forge without getting hit by the cannon, but I don't... Can you not? That's weird. So that gateway is effectively sacrificial. That gateway existed so that Lings couldn't rush through and kill everything. Oh, there we go. There's your spot right there. Squish this one down, maybe. He's thinking about it. These guys are... There we go. Oh, hang on. Back up. Back up. Back up, lad. Corsair trying to find stuff to kill, but there's enough Hydras in order to protect these Overlords, so I'm not sure the Corsair actually has done anything yet. Nah, completed no missions. If the Forge goes down, that hurts. You really want to keep your Forge. Upgrades are so important versus Zerg, but I don't think there's any saving it here until Storm comes out. And by golly, Storm is getting started right this very second. Would you look at that? And double Forge coming in for upgrades at the same time. Going for that 1-1. As you have to before you start 2-2. Obviously, it's a natural progression. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, thanks to everybody who's been watching my videos in the last couple months especially. My views are actually up about 20% over that time on average, compared to the average of the 5 years my channel has existed. So thank you so much to everybody who's been watching, who's been hitting that like button, giving comments. The algorithm loves all of that stuff. And it just helps me to continue to grow and continue to put this stuff out. It's nice. Really, really good. I really appreciate all the support. I feel the love from your comments every single day that a StarCraft game comes up, and that's every day of the week. 7 days of the week, you guys. StarCraft happening. And live streams out on twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin, and live streams here on YouTube. It is a busy schedule, especially considering that I have a full-time job, and I've got 3 kids. And whew, it gets extremely busy here at the Falcon Paladin household, but we make it happen because we love the StarCraft. Zealot legs on the way. That Storm is just about done, and I think the day of the Hydra pressure is over. Really hard to pressure with Hydralisks when there is Storm available to blanket this area and all the Hydras die. So, third base in it. Is that another macro hatch? I love what hero's doing with macro hatches. He's got 1 at the natural. He's got 2 at the third base. One thing, it kind of messes with pathing for Zealots, so that's a good thing. But more importantly, you get more larvae spawning out of these hatcheries if you have more of them. And so you can make more drones, you can make more units. I don't see enough Zerg players make a ton of macro hatches. And I don't do it enough myself in my games. I need to work on this. I am absolutely inspired by hero's play here. He is getting a Spire. He's getting Lurker aspect researched here. A lot of High Templar recognizing, again, against Zerg, no matter what they're doing, Storm is going to be good. It's going to be good against Lings, Hydras, Lurkers, even Ultralisks to a certain point, just because Sonic Storm ignores armor, and Ultras are kind of all about that armor. So you gotta make, I mean, yeah, you're not gonna kill an Ultralisk with 1 Storm. I mean, that's one of the few units that doesn't get 1 shot with Storm from the Zerg side of things. Ultralisks are pretty good at that stuff. I mean, I think everything else does. Guardians do, Defilers do, Devourers maybe not. Devourers have a lot of HP. They're beefy. They don't hit very hard, but they make up for it in kind of being a little bit tanky at least. So a bunch of speedlots heading out. They've got plus, no, they're working on 1-1. It's almost complete up here. But that's a lot of Hydras. I mean, I know you want to do some things with these guys, but that's a lot of Hydralisks. So yeah, maybe you just go home. Maybe you just go home. herO is only down 78 to 85 total supply, but I feel like he's going to skyrocket here. As he's at 41 drones, he's on 3 bases pretty happily. His gas income is nice. He's got tech structures coming out the wazoo. Queen's Nest up on the way. Double Evolution Chamber coming in. These Zealots are doing what they can, but I mean, there's just too many. There are just too many Hydralisks. They do have the range upgrade and the speed. The Zealots have 1-1 now, which makes them scarier, but they're still outnumbered by a lot. Overlord, I think the Overlord has speed. Did we see that Overlord move quickly? We very well may have. I'm not sure the Dragoon wants to come up here and take care of it, but perhaps you do. Third base coming in for Shuttle, which again the Overlord sees. And the Hydras are going to try to put some pressure on. But again, The High Templar count is kind of insane. There are 2 here at the 3rd base. There are 2 guarding the natural. And there's our first storm, and the Hydras are like, oh. Well, if you can bait out some storms so they're not hitting your lurkers, golly. I mean, baiting out some storms is different from losing 8 of your Hydralisks to storms, you know? The Hydras are trying to take down that cannon. Can't quite pull that off. The lurkers are getting some spines out. So this is a pretty intense attack out of herO. I'm liking it a lot. Storm on the ramp, and another storm on the lurker. Oh, another storm. I told you we were good with storms here. And the base survives. If that lurker gets up the ramp and sets up over here, maybe. Not enough energy. Not enough energy. Oh, you know what? I was close to having enough energy for a storm. That one still has a storm left, too. He doesn't have drop. Okay, I was going to say, having a research drop this fast would be crazy. There's definitely a hive coming in, though, and in the bottom right-hand corner, another hatchery. I really like herO's play. He can do such a good job putting on pressure while at the same time teching up really fast. And it's something to aspire for all Zerg players. So Overlord speed is done. Obviously, there's an observer running around. You saw that on the screen. That means the lurkers are a little bit less effective, at least until Dark Swarm is a thing, which, I don't know, hive's on the way. It's not done yet, and you need a mound, so it'll be some time. It'll be some time before Dark Swarm is up. So I would say the aggression time for herO is probably done. He needs to defend. I like that he's got Lings up in the top left. He's got Hydras and Lurkers in the bottom right. He's holding the middle with an Overlord. He has great map vision of everything that is happening here for Shuttle. Lings try to dart down on into that 3rd base, but no. We're keeping a close eye on you guys. Close eye on you Zerglings with your no upgrades whatsoever. Adrenal glands get started instantly. As soon as the hive finishes, Adrenal starts, which shows you how important it is to herO. Defiler Mound is the next thing that he makes, and he's making additional lurkers here. So it's 119 to 116 supply, and right now herO has taken the supply lead at about 12 minutes, as a good Zerg player can do, assuming they didn't lose a lot in the early stages of the game, and he definitely did not. There was a bit of an attack, but he rebuffed it pretty easily. He did some pressure on Shuttle here, and he's in the lead. So far so good from herO. We don't see a lot of Zerg wins on the channel recently, but I think herO is one of the more capable Zerg players that I have replays for, so he's one of our biggest hopes for sure. But ton of Dragoons out, recognizing the threat of the lurker. He's got a bunch of Storm there too, in case there's a bunch more Hydras than he expects, because again, he's pretty blind here. I don't think he knows exactly what composition we're seeing. He can assume it's going to be Hydras because of the early investment into those. It is a lot of Zerglings, though, which, again, you'll want when there are this many Dragoons out. Wow, this is going to be a ton of Adrenal Leans with 1-1. He's coming. He's going to come in from all different angles here. Can you see that blue? Can you see the blue coming on down? He's thinking about it and then being very patient. Very patiently. Another base getting established here from Shuttle down to the south, and herO looks like he wants to expand up to the 12 o'clock. He has the resources for it, but he's kind of still darting around with these Lings, trying to find a way to get a perfect surround on this army. If he can do it, I think he has the army supply. Storm is your big thing, though. Oh, gosh, the Ling Hydra, though, against these Zealots, boxing him in, and then the Hydras finish him off. That's exactly what you needed to do. Oh, they escaped. Oh, they escaped a little bit. All right. Nope, didn't snipe an observer there at all. Lings, I mean, I don't think they want to go up there. I really don't think they do. Zealot's trying to put an attack on something somewhere, but there are Lings shadowing them quite closely, and again, they do have the Adrenal Glands, which makes them extremely good against Zealots, especially in these numbers. They're trying to take out down as many drones as they can before they die because they know they're dead. And the answer was, I'm not sure if any drones died there whatsoever. It's 57 workers here for herO, 50 for Shuttle. Plague in production here. Loving that stuff. Going for additional cannons. Trying to get up this ramp. No, Shuttle is just so patiently defending here. I kind of love it. The Scourge, I love that too. The Scourge went in there to try to get the Observer, and then they didn't have it, so they just pulled back, and then they died anyway. So Dark Swarm is up. Ling's coming in from the north. They don't like the position. They're not quite there yet, so they pull back. I love what herO is doing here there too. He's not... They didn't get the Observer. They got the Observer. Massive, massive get. And now Shuttle has to get out of here. He has to blindly storm where the lurkers are. Can he get up this ramp is the question. That is a lot of storm. That is 2 storms on that ramp. That's a lot of Zerglings dead if you try to get up there. Plus, Shuttle is blocking this ramp pretty heavily. I mean, hero's got this huge army up here that he's not even engaging with. Defiler, maybe he can get a Plague down. He does get another Plague down. Look at all these Plagued Gateway units. Oh, they are scary. They are very scary for Shuttle here. You don't want your units to be plagued like that. You're very low on HP. Your shields are obviously okay. But Archon dies. Dragoon dies. So much more Storm coming in and jumping in for the backside. Let the chaos begin, ladies and gentlemen. Lings rolling in. Storm coming in on that left side like crazy. The right side getting held by Zealots for the most part. But I think this army from Shuttle is in a lot of trouble right now. Additional Storms coming on the right side. But Zerglings jumping right on top of the army. Hydra's getting direct hits on the High Templar as well. Turning into Archons to try to save the day. But Lurkers coming in from all angles. There is an Observer present, though, and the Zealots are happy to get rid of those Lurkers as you can. Additional High Templar coming in with enough energy for Storm. What a battle that was. I feel like it kind of came down to a standstill. At the end of the day, though, can you get up this ramp? And if you can't, then Shuttle's in a fine position. I don't know. I mean, Zealots and Cannons and Storms. Oh, my. That's a 250 energy High Templar there. Which is enough for 3 Storms, which is pretty good. That is pretty good there. We got Reaver production coming in. Recognizing for heavy on Lings, Reavers are not a bad idea. Some Lurkers kind of left out in the cold there, unfortunately. The Lings are 2-2. The Lurkers are +2 on the armor there. 3-1-2 is done for Shuttle, though. Crazy good upgrades. Dark Swarm up, and you just pull out. And can you get up the ramp? I think that's the game today. Meanwhile, Observer checking out the north base. Got cannons up defending there. The natural base has a ton of cannons. Great Dark Swarms again, but Shuttle knows how you handle that. You just pull back, and you don't engage. Hero down, 139 to 143 supply, but again, he's producing a ton off of his myriad of bases here. He's working on additional armor upgrades. Reaver at the top of the ramp against these Lings is disgustingly good. Storming the crap out of the ramp. He's going for this, but I don't know if it's going to work out at all for him. I mean, that was some rough stuff. The Reaver and the Storm, especially without those 2 components, I think this base is dead. He's going for it again, man. This Reaver trying to get a surround on it. Nice lift at the last second. Cannons going down very quickly to the upgraded Lings. Reaver comes out, gets a shot off. I wish I could see how many kills you have because I feel like it's a couple here. Oh, Reaver down! Defiler down too, but the responding army is enough to save the base. A couple probes died. It's still 53 for Shuttle, and he clears the Zerg infestation and then makes his transfer over to this 4th. Wow, what a great game this is. More Dark Swarm coming up, though, storming as well as he can. Can he catch all of the Lurkers? It's kind of hard to see where they are with all of the Dark Swarm up, and suddenly the Spines are innumerably coming out of here right now. Lings in the mix, too. You don't want to go in there. That is a death march for sure. But leaving the Dark Swarm is not so much of a death march. And then Zealots come in to clear out the Lurkers. This is really, really action-packed at the moment, you guys. Lurkers trying to do what they can. Zerglings, though, trade okay with their 2-2 and Adrenal Glands against the Zealots, which do have, again, the 3 attack, 1 shield, and 2 armor. Does end up plaguing the Reaver. 18 kills on that Reaver. But I think the key here is that the pressure has been put on by herO. He has not been defending. He's been happily sitting on his bases. He's taking a top left base, too. I mean, all the chaos has been down here on Shuttle's side of the map, and that is something that herO's been, that's a goal of his. It really is. Scarab goes all the way down, does get a Hydrolisk. Zerglings coming up the ramp. Storm taking out a bunch of them. The Dragoon does die. This might just be too much. This base might actually end up going down here. Oh, nice hit there. 3 Hydras and a Lurker go down. This Reaver is holding as well as he can. And again, he's able to hold off this attack on his 4th base. But herO is relentless. He is refusing to go home. He is refusing to give up. He's jumping on top of these Archons with Ling Hydralisk. The Hydras do have 3-3. How does he have 3-3? My goodness, that is so incredible right now. Reaver's coming down the ramp. 35 kills on Reaver 1 here. 35 kills. And this base stands. Army heading up the left side to try to take down this new base of heroes, which is entirely undefended. Zerglings coming up this ramp. I don't see it, man. Storm Cannon Reaver is so good in this situation. There are no Hydras to make the shuttle worry at all, but suddenly there are more Zerglings here than I think were anticipated. Reavers can't handle this many Lings, especially when they have 3-3 and Adrenal Glands at 20 minutes. herO has 3-3 on his Hydras and his Zerglings, and he has Dark Swarm, and he has Plague at 20 minutes. That is how you win a game as a Zerg player. I gotta say, this is it. Losing this base for Shuttle, I'm not sure he can recover. He's teched into Archons here for the most part, but he's gonna make the Lings a little bit less effective. But if there are enough of them, it doesn't really matter. Full surrounds on Archons means they will die. Top left base goes down to the Zealots. The Sim City here is kind of interesting from Shuttle. I'm enjoying that quite a bit. And this is Shuttle. I think this is a last hurrah for him. He's down by 30 probes. The Lings are kind of getting wrecked by this Zealot Archon style group. Again, I kind of feel like the chances of Shuttle are okay here. It's just that hero's up 174 to 113 supply. The numbers don't really favor the Protoss player at all, but he has the tech advantage. Boy, these Sunkens are just not bad against the Archons. They're not terrible. They're not great. Not terrible. 3.4 rotogen it is. And the army continues to come up here, but reinforcing Lings try to come down. Did he just plague a single Archon? I feel like maybe he plagued a single Archon. God, these Archons, so 13 kills, 12 kills, 9 kills. That Storm on the ramp, though. 8 kills on that High Templar. That top base does end up going down. This is a fantastically close game. It's 36 to 33 workers now. Dude, does Shuttle come back and win this after losing his 6 o'clock and losing his 4th base entirely? He did kill 2 of hero's bases. So that's a big deal. That makes a big difference here. This has been a great game. This might just straight up get an epic tag with how good and back and forth and close and action-packed it's been. Let me know in the comments if you want an epic tag for this one. I will listen to the people. Free Defiler. Free Defiler. Reminds me of Free Churro, an episode of BoJack Horseman from last season. BoJack's a great show. If you're interested in watching something that kind of explores depression and other kind of mental illnesses and how we're supposed to deal with them and drug addiction and alcohol addiction, I don't know. BoJack's one of the best shows I've watched in the last 10 years. I can recommend it for sure. So we got Ultras now, though. And let's see how the Ultras are going to do against these Archons. And the answer is okay. Especially with Dark Swarm. Direct damage is negated, but the Archon Splash is still happening. This is just too much. Suddenly it's too much. I'm looking at it, and that is your good game. Shuttle taps out. The Ultra Swarm is too much at the end of the day. Fully upgraded Ultralisks. And herO gets your win. Zerg players rejoice. I'm telling you, herO, Zerg players, herO is your best shot at seeing Zerg wins. I don't know what it is. I just kind of feel like he is one of the better Zerg players on planet Earth. Oh, amazing. Just what a great game. Just a fantastic game there from these two players. Again, I kind of feel like this has an epic tag, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me know in the comments again. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this game. If you're a Protoss player, man, wasn't it amazing how Shuttle held off this attack for as long as he did? That was incredible. Reavers, Storms, Cannons. He held it off, I want to say 5 or 6, 7 times to count there. This really was our killing field when it gets right down to it. But yeah, I mean, when hero's able to make a full page of Ultralisks with full upgrades, Archon's not going to do super well there, especially with Dark Swarm support. And the tech switch by herO, this was kind of textbook, man. It was early Hydra pressure into Hydra Lurker, into Dark Swarm, into Lings with upgrades, making sure everything has upgrades, and then into Ultralisks when the time was right, and it just kind of overwhelmed the Protoss. It's the recipe. It's what everybody should know if you're interested in playing Zerg versus Protoss. It kind of makes it look a little bit easy, but if we look at the final score here, I'm going to say he lost a bunch. So let's check that out. End of the day, 206,000 points, 180 in favor of herO. Produced 700 to 200 units in favor of herO. Lost on a 5-to-1 ratio. But that's how you have to outproduce to kill a Protoss player, you guys. It takes a lot. Yeah, I mean, units killed, 539. That's a lot of dead Zerg. And then gas mine, minerals mine, and total spent just way outspent the Protoss, which again is what you have to do if you're going to beat an elite Protoss player as Shuttle is. So hats off to him, but the win goes to herO. And that is going to be it from me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.